I think we've all known that one kid in class that has all the latest video game consoles. In this story, that would be one of my good friends. To keep his identity hidden, we'll call him Tarma! Now, Tarma's birthday was on the 31st of December, which also happened to be New Year's Eve. And whenever that date rolled around, he'd invite a few friends to go spend the night at his house. We'd play video games all night, eat cake and pizza, and pretty much live the American dream. The American dream for teenagers, that is.
That was cool.
Now, my parents really didn't want me to go over to Tarma's house. They probably didn't like the idea of me playing games all night or something. But I had a plan. If I ever wanted permission to do anything, all I'd have to do is a bunch of extra chores around the house. But even then, it was no guarantee that I was going to be given permission to go.
Please!
Oh, so I see you've cleaned the bathrooms. The bathtubs are spotless. The clothes are washed and folded. Yeah, can I go over to Tarma's house then?
No!
Legit, this was like the third year in a row that I didn't have permission to go. And my parents would go out New Year's Eve to do who knows what. And I'd be stuck watching my siblings.
Oh, for 5 minutes. Could you not be yourself? For 5 minutes!
Now the 4th year rolled around, and I had just turned 18 at the time. I really wanted to go, and I wasn't gonna let anyone stop me.
You better come out and stop me.
Now I know what you're all thinking. Why should you have to ask for permission to do anything? Well, to that I say, I shouldn't have to ask for permission. But at my parents' house, they would often argue that if we were living under their roof, we'd have to abide by their rules. And to be honest,
What a bunch of crap!
I'm currently 29 and my mother still treats me like a kid. I thought that even after I got married and all that, I would have felt a little bit more respect. But that would be a no. With the way they treat me, you think that they wouldn't even trust me enough to cross the street without getting hit by a car or something. That's why eventually I did move out. But I might tell you that story in another video.
I can skip the shower.
Now back to the subject. So one day, I started planning a bit ahead. See, I worked at this grocery store at the time. Yeah, that one. And around the holiday season, the boss man asked me if I wanted to work Christmas or New Year's. So if I worked one, I would get the other one off. I decided I wanted to work Christmas and I would get New Year's off so I can go play at Tarma's house. Then, I would later lie to my parents and tell them that I was working New Year's and early morning on New Year's Day. And since they would be out New Year's Eve, they probably wouldn't even notice that I had spent the night at my friend's house.
They bought it.
Well, everything was aligning perfectly. I had spent the night at my friend's house, and that morning we played a ton of video games. Until about 8 a.m., I received a call on my cell from work that I eventually declined. A decision I'd quickly regret.
Oh no.
Now, apparently since I didn't pick up, they decided to call my home phone. So my parents pick up and the boss man talked to my parents saying that they are short a person and they would greatly appreciate it if I could go in and cover that shift. My parents were obviously confused and replied back with a, "Wait, wasn't our son at work already? He had said he'd be working early today." The boss man tells them, "Oh, well, he worked on Christmas and he was given New Year's off. But since someone probably got drunk and partied too hard, they didn't come in for their shift and now he was asking for me since I didn't pick up my cell phone." My parents put 1 and 2 together and called me. "Hey son, where are you right now?" "I'm in the break room." "Yeah, that's it, the break room." "Why?" I lied.
Oh, really?
"So you want to explain why your boss called us asking for you to come in on your day off?" My heart skipped a beat. I started to sweat. And I was silent for what felt like forever. Then my parents started to talk a bit loudly, saying they want me home right this instant and that they were very angry at me. I was usually a good kid. Very rarely do I ask for permission to do anything. I mean, my parents should be grateful that I wasn't the kind of kid that would go do drugs or get hammered. I knew so many kids that loved to do that sort of thing, and yet I hung around the kinds of people that liked video games. And the one time of the year that I actually want to have some harmless fun with a few friends, I usually don't get permission to do that. It's unfair, but whatever.
Fair?
I regret nothing. It was worth the grounding I got for 3 months, so I was prohibited to go out anywhere. But not like it mattered to me, since I didn't really go out anyways. Until the next New Year's Eve, that is.
Oh no,